Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at ChicnScratch. This is the project we're making today, and it's a fun fold card, and it opens up like this. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to go ahead and show you the supplies now. Okay, so we've got real red that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, 4 by 3 1/2, and 3 by 3 1/2. And then a scallop square that is approximately 2 1/4. Then our basic white, we have 4 by 5 1/4, a scrap for stamping, and then a circle that's approximately 2 1/8. The designer series paper is Heartwarming Hugs, and these two pieces here measure 3/4 by 4. And this one measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and this one measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so we're going to start with our scrap piece of basic white cardstock, and we're going to stamp. Now we are making a card to coordinate with our box, so I like to show you guys at least 2 to 3 projects using the same stamp set and the same suite of products. So we're using the same Be Jolly stamp set. And today we're using the Layering Circles dies, so you don't need anything special. Most of you already have the circle dies, right? Okay, so we're going to start with Santa and Memento ink. And we're going to be coloring again. I probably should have done this ahead, but I was busy editing week 2 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. So that's going out on Friday. And then on Monday evening, we'll be making the Christmas version of it. Okay, so let's color. I'm going to start with basic black, light, and just like Monday, I'm going to color his mittens with the basic black. I stopped in mid-sentence because I couldn't, my eye won't focus. It was blurry. There we go. So yesterday, right in the middle of the day, I was about to record week 2 of the 12 weeks of Halloween video. And all of a sudden it got super dark outside, and it started lightning and thundering, and then the rain came. And what's crazy is that it was not on my weather app. I was using WeatherBug. I've since deleted it because yesterday, right smack dab in the middle of the storm, it still said that it was sunny and no chance of any rain or storms or anything. So it rained and stormed for quite a while. So I took that as a sign that maybe I should just go rest for a little bit. And then after it cleared up, I was able to film the video. But that was the strangest thing. It was not in our forecast. Okay, now I'm going to use the real red. And this time I'm using the dark marker. I think I use the light markers most often, but there are some colors that look truer to the color. Like I try to match it to the cardstock. So the dark real red coordinates with the cardstock a little bit better than the light does. And I could be overthinking it. Okay, now his pants. I'm concentrating. Miss Bella is chomping at the bit to be fed her lunch. Y'all can probably hear her lips smacking over on the other side of the room. She's tried twice to make me feed her. She gets a little teeny tiny lunch at 12:30 every day. Just a little, less than a quarter of a cup. And boy, and the same thing for dinner. She gets less than a quarter cup for dinner at 5:30. And at 4:30, she starts begging. She's the perfect dog, except for that she loves food so much. She's obsessed with it. Like, she will eat anything. Even like when I'm having a salad, I give her lettuce. If I have cucumbers, I give her a cucumber. I don't give her bad table foods. I give her vegetables and fruits. She loves apples and blueberries. Okay, now we have the face and the buckle. So we're going to use dark daffodil for the buckle. Yeah, it's so crazy quiet in this house without the birds and without Brooke. It's just eerie. I'm using light petal pink for his face and ears. I did not realize how much time I spent like going and saying hello and visiting with them, and how much they distracted me. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So I think I've been way more productive this week because I don't have them to go chat with. Okay, we're done coloring for now. We are going to color a little bit more in a little bit. So now I'm going to take my paper snips and fussy cut. Hey, my husband's in Colorado today. Yeah, he's in Denver. Okay, I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to mess up. So I'm going to fussy cut this guy. Ooh, I almost messed up. I kind of did mess up. Oh well, it's okay. Almost done. I want to make like sound effects like do 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 do. Oh yeah, I'm like Bella too. I love to eat, but I am on a diet. So I've been on a diet for 3 weeks and I have lost officially 15 pounds. Well, almost 4 weeks. So I have not cheated except for one time. I had like I don't know, like a couple ounces of wine and I gained a pound. So that was the only cheat. And I was like, oh, I'm not cheating no more. Okay, so here we go. we're going to add this circle to the scallop circle. Yeah, and I don't eat much candy, but when I'm working on all of these projects now, like I'm not an M&M fan, except like now, like I would just kill to have like a peanut M&M. It's the craziest thing. Like when you can't have something, I normally don't even eat that kind of stuff, but when you can't have it, then all of a sudden you want it. And it's like every day I've got all this Halloween candy around me and I'm just like, oh, I want to eat it. I'm not going to though. Okay, so now we're going to take these two pieces and attach to that. So I'm going to turn this over. I've been trying to lose weight for our 30th anniversary trip, but we may cancel it now. But I'm still gonna continue on the path of losing the weight I gained during the COVID. Yeah. Okay, there's that. Now we're gonna stamp this little bird and the Be Jolly. And let me get my ink pad again. And now we're going to color a little bit more. So I'm going to use the Real Red and Pool Party, Pumpkin Pie, and Light Daffodil. So let's start with his beak will be pumpkin. And his hat is Real Red. And his body, what did I do? I'm using Daffodil for part of his body. And then Pool Party for the rest. So kind of like Elvis. Okay, so now we need to take these two pieces of Real Red cardstock and we need to score them. Okay, so on the piece that measures 3.5 by 4, you're gonna score at 3.5 on the 4-inch side, okay? There's that one. And then on the piece that measures 3.5 by 3, on the 3.5-inch side, you're going to score at 3. Or you could just say 1/2 inch, okay? Okay, so now we're going to attach this piece of cardstock or designer series paper to this layer. So I'm going to turn that over. So my son and his wife delayed their honeymoon because they bought a house. So they opted to go last year for their honeymoon, and it got canceled because of COVID. And then they rebooked it this year. They're supposed to be going next month. But, man, and it's not refundable, and the numbers are not looking really good. In fact, they're going to Barbados, and they've been told that when they get to the island, they have to go into quarantine for 24 to 48 hours until they get back the negative test results. And if they were to test positive, there's no refund, there's no nothing. So It's pretty scary right now. So David and I are thinking that maybe it's best if we just go ahead and cancel now. But then, you know, the news was saying that next year we'll have another variant that could be even worse. So I don't even know what to do. I'm so confused. This is one of those times where you just wish somebody tell you what to do. Okay, so this panel here is going to get attached to this, and you're going to attach it to the back. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. So we're going to put our liquid glue here, and then fold it over and hold it till it dries. In fact, I've told him that if he wanted to, he could just cancel the trip and we could go somewhere in the States. And then maybe in February, when it's super cold and I want to get the heck out of Kansas, he could take me to an island somewhere. Okay, now this one's going to go over here. So the same thing. I'm going to put my adhesive here. And you might want to flip it over and just make sure you didn't shift it. And I did not, so it's good to go. And now this layer is going to get attached to this layer. So we're going to turn it over and add liquid glue to the entire thing. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to take my bone folder and just kind of burnish the whole card. And then now I'm going to flip it over and squash it. Okay, so there it is so far. Now we're going to add this layer here just with liquid glue. And we're going to pop him up with mini dimensionals because I don't want him popped up a lot. I just want him popped up a little. These are not as thick as the regular ones, so I'm not going to add him yet because we still need to stamp the greeting. So I'm going to slide this over and get the greeting. And then I'm going to take my tiny trimmer. I so wish we sold these. Okay, so now I'm going to just cut it at an angle. Can y'all hear Bella's feet? She's so funny. Okay. He's a little lopsided, but I got to color him with my Wink of Stella. So the hat, this part, and this part. Okay, so now he's going to go here. Take the back off the mini dimensionals. And now this is going to get added right on top, just with some liquid glue. So liquid glue under the hello. Hold it for a second to dry. And then we're going to add a couple or 3 of these wonderful wonderful gems. Okay, so what do you think? Pretty cute, right? So it opens up. Let's see. Yeah, cute. And it coordinates with our little box. Okay, and I forgot to do the housekeeping notes. I said I was going to do it in the middle, but I didn't. So anyway, August host code. Don't forget to enter to win the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And join my team. I'd love to have you. That was a quick commercial, right? Okay, thank you guys so much for being here today.